I I don't really discriminate when it comes to, who I'm like friends with. I think it's different when you going out, especially if you invited out, because what happens is, you know, you got connections. I mean, I'll even just speak personally. I know people. So if they tell me to come out and bring people, they'll make sure they be like, make sure they look like you, or you know what I mean, like how they look, because I've had some, not
That's
so
true.
proud moments when, I didn't had a hookup, with a section or something we bypassed and somebody almost didn't get in because I trusted my friend when I said, well, how your friend look? And she was like, oh, she's beautiful, she's so pretty, da 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 da. And that ain't what showed up. And she almost didn't get in.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I don't want that type of drama.
No, I get that, but you just got to kind of allocate it. And I got friends that respectively they know they lane. They really like they are
What?
honest with themselves and they know they lane. So if I'm like, hey, I'm doing this and that, they be like, girl, nah, I'm a step back. I'm a hold back. I'm not gonna go with y'all.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I can respect that too.
Well, you know what?
Because I would respect that better than a real basic or butterface whatever, thinking that she is the baddest dime ever and that she got all the privileges in the world that she does not have.
I
Because
got a question. I got a question for y'all.
I was going to ask Jasmine a quick question.
Go ahead. I asked right after. Go ahead.
Do you have a non-attractive friends?
Yeah.
I figured that. You beautiful, by the way.
See, finally somebody admits it. That's all I'm saying. Finally somebody.
I believe them. No, I believe them. That's the
I hang out with friends for like.
I have average friends.
Like, and I have like my best friend. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. But it's like she has to be confident in herself. Like I just don't personally like hanging out with people that's insecure and that's down on themselves all the time. Because then it's just I have to keep bigging you up all day and like, oh my gosh, you're fine. That role is fine. Like no, it's like if you're gonna be like one of my best friends in college. A plus size girl, but she was the most confident person ever, and it was like she's so fun to hang around. She pulling dudes because she's so confident. So it was like I just rather hang around people that are they are attracted to themselves. Like if you don't stand in front of the mirror and love yourself, then you can't hang around me.
Hey, fellas. So we just heard the ladies talk for about probably the better part of the last 6-7 minutes, right?
Babble, not talk.
No. How is it they sat there had a whole conversation about fine and this chick can't hang out with me, and they don't realize how exhausting it could be to deal with them when they have these problems amongst themselves?
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly. That's all I was trying to say.
I'm gonna shoot them a slight amount of bail.
Say, yo, can y'all shut up? Like,
no, because what they saying is a real thing. Like I've been at the club and I'm like, I hit somebody with that before. And I was on some super shallow shit, like if you bring your buddies, they need to look like you.
No, I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just
bring
saying
them on the boat. They need to look like you because they will not get on the boat. But with that said, I think so. I got different friend groups. I got like my friends from the block. Like certain places I can't bring them to. I just can't. They active and ignorant. They're gonna be doing too much. Then I got friends that I went to college with. I won't bring in the hood with me. Like it's different groups of friends. But I wouldn't say they not friends with me because of that. I just know where I can position them to put them in the best fit. The reason I asked Jasmine is about do she have unattractive friends is when I was speaking about it earlier, I think it's like beauty is a spectrum, and the way in which people accumulate or acclimate themselves to dealing with it differs. And from what I get from Jasmine is that she is beautiful, but she really wants to be known as a good person. So she wouldn't not befriend a girl that was, because my wife and her similar in that regard. And I get that same energy from her. That's the reason I asked you that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And that's a scary world to be in though, because you'll dim your light in order to be accepted as a pretty girl. Am I right, Jasmine?
No, I don't.
Okay.
It's just like if her friends can't get in the club, she won't go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She operate like that. Like, and what I noticed is this just my anecdotal perspective, but what I noticed is girls who either were chubby at one point in time or unattractive that remember what it was like to not be chosen, don't treat their friends badly because they've been in that position, as opposed to girls who usually were always attractive and never were on the opposite side. So like when I no offense, ladies, this is just my personal opinion. When I personally be talking about vetting, for me, I be looking for that personality trait because it goes deeper for me when I think about it. And it's not if everybody live their life how they live it. That's just my personal, you know what I'm saying?
Jasmine, you put your hand up. That was you? You put your finger up.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, I didn't even get to speak on this yet, but I feel like yes, I grew up very much unattractive. I feel like I had terrible skin, I had terrible teeth. Like it was just I was super skinny. It was just a mess. And so I was just in school, like I was in the books. So I was always just like a nerd, and that was all I cared about, nerds and comics and stuff. So I had friends of all spectrums, cute friends, other friends, did not matter. And as I got older, the little glow up, then I was like, oh, okay, being attractive does get you a little further, it gets you in the door. You can get free drinks, you can do stuff, but then you're still smart and stuff. But because I know what it's like to not get chose, to be looked over. Because my cousin, she grew up beautiful, and I was always with her, and it's just like, oh, they looking past me and get no dates and get invited nowhere. Like it was wet. But it's a better feeling when you are, more seemingly attractive and stuff. And like I mean, I appreciate when people say I'm attractive, that's great and everything. But I'm very much one of those people that's like, oh, thank you. I'm not like walking around like, yeah, I'm the baddest chicken, because I don't be thinking that. I really just be minding my business. But I know the scary side of it is just always having your head on a swivel. It's just like feeling like someone can just attack you or, do something to you in some kind of way just because you're just minding your business, walking through Walmart and you're just getting all this unwanted attention, or, just at a gas station getting unwanted attention. Like I've been mushed, I've been, approached, like physically mushed because I just said no thank you in the club by a dude. Like I've been almost tripped one time just for me, like, no thank you, I don't want to dance. Like I've been pushed. Like it's just, people can get really violent when they get rejected, and that's just it's crazy. And I'm not asking for that energy, but I wouldn't trade it just because it definitely does help, and it definitely does, especially in the business.
So I'll say I agree with that point. I know Casanova, you referred to it as well. Like you wouldn't trade it because, I mean, no matter what, there's no advantage that doesn't also serve as a disadvantage in life, right? Whether you are good looking, whether you are wealthy, no matter what, it's always going to be something, right? It's just going to be tested. Too much is given, much is tested. It is what it is. I feel like your best bet is to just use it to the best of your advantage, not to the point where you're manipulating or doing people wrong. But if you're going to be able to get into doors because of it, then why not, right? If especially if you have other things to present. I think that the problem lies when you lean on it, right? So if you lean on your beauty and you think that there's nothing else that you have to do or provide, then that's an issue. But getting in the door, it is what it is. And us as men, I mean, we perpetuate that anyway. Like there was a point in my life where I wouldn't let nothing that was good looking get past me without me pressing. It is what it is. And that's how a lot of men operate, right? When you see something fly, you're like, oh, let me see what's good. I'm about to see if I get that. That's just what it is. So I could understand that unwanted attention. But you know what? I wouldn't press every single person. Like if you look for choosing signals. If they're not with it, then it is what it is. If they're looking away and they're not really like off it, then you leave them alone. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be able to detect that energy. And a lot of people don't understand. The funny thing about that is like, if it's a dude you're attracted to, then they'll go with it. But if it's not somebody that you're normally attracted to, then whatever, you could do the same exact thing, say the same exact line, but you're perceived as a creep, which is a little weird, but that's just how it goes.